Welcome back to another episode of the Work Area Podcast. Yeah, hopefully another banger. I feel like it is. Got some really good guests on again. We'll have Corbet on the line, fresh off his USA trip where he had some really good results, and I think it's going to set him up really well for the Australian season. Ben Norman just won the 2026 Westralia Cup up in Derby. He'll come on the line, talk to us about that, talk about how big it was, 100 cars in the pits. Just such an amazing result for the Broth Enterprise boys to take that Westralia Cup up to the Donny Archer Memorial Race in Derby. Huge from the club as well to get that done and tick that one off. And I've sent the message in to Mikey Green. Obviously, news out today that Mikey Green's landed a ride with Diamond Bay up until Christmas. And then, yeah, who knows what's going to happen from there, but should be an awesome episode. Hopefully Mikey gets back to us. If not, I'm sure we'll touch base with him in the next couple of episodes or so. Just in terms of Speedway news, not much really. Obviously, Darwin's running at the minute. Northline are putting in the final touches before the grand final that they have there with the Chariots of Thunder, which is only a couple of weeks away. Stephen Loader goes bang. I think that's 3 in a row for Stephen. Obviously, he's got the Flipside car, new livery. He's gone up there and been really good. I just don't feel like he's made many mistakes. Don't know if he's been the fastest car every night, but when you get the 3 wins in a row, he's obviously driving to conditions a little bit. Just no mistakes. He's clicking off the laps. He's obviously fast because he's winning, but I feel like he's putting his nights together better than what I seen him do last year when I was in Darwin, and obviously goes to show. He's starting to get a handle on this to win 3 in a row. Him and his team will be stoked with that. Track does look pretty tricky. She's rutting up, slick and ruddy at some stage. There's a bottom. There's a top. There's the slider line. Like the boys are getting around Darwin pretty good, and the Clay views are always really entertaining to watch. And those boys up there aren't mucking around. Hayden Brown is second at Darwin. Had a really strong run of form lately. Obviously, we had Chris Harrison on the other week, and him and Chris came together. He had to pull in there, but I think from what I can tell, it's a reasonably small team, and I'm not sure what the budget is, but I don't think it's as big as some of the other teams. And he's fighting out of his weight division, but some real good drives there from Hayden Brown. Zach Grimshaw in third. Don't know a lot about Zach, to be fair, but great result for him. And from the podcast 2 weeks ago, Chris Harrison Electrical, another DNF. So obviously not ideal for him. He'll be more pissed off than anyone with that. But just maybe went for something that might not have been there. Racing with Aston Rodriguez, I think it is. He's a speed car driver that's come up there and started running around. And Aston's been really good as well. Obviously a DNF for him, but he was right on the pace. And Chris and him come together. Well, Chris got into him really, they both unfortunately ended with a DNF, so not ideal for them. Obviously not really my go-to here, the bit of the room mill, but obviously it's in the news now. It's been everywhere. The Bella Module is no longer. Seems pretty disappointing with what's going on there, but just from a Speedway point of view, obviously Buddy Kofoid drives for that team, one of the biggest names in the sport. Obviously Dill Buswell is Kim Buswell's son, but Kim might be Dill Buswell's dad soon because Dill is flying, like the Buddy Kofoid. And Dill obviously got something pretty good going on there, and they're second in the prize money or third in the prize money at the moment. They're putting together another massive season, and Buddy was unstoppable when he came to the Motorplex last year, and he got really crook on the final night, which I think really affected the results. But not sure what that means for them. Obviously. I don't know if Kim or someone will sort him out, but Buddy Kofoid, arguably the biggest name outside of Cole Larson that comes and races high limit. No doubt he'll want to come and have another crack. I think they still got gear here, or maybe gear even on the way. I'm not too sure, but I don't want to get into the Bella side of stuff. But I do a Speedway podcast. It's I'm not trying to protect anyone here or anything like that. I just don't know the ins and outs there. But from the Speedway side of things, obviously Buddy, I want to see him rip around. He flies in qualifying. Deal obviously get his head around it even more, and they'll learn their package a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see if one, Buddy can even get over here again, and then two, if they do get here, what that package would look like. So yeah, not sure with that one. Breaking news today. Mikey Green, one of the young guns here from Western Australia, has landed a ride in the Diamond Bay car. Obviously, Steve Stathy runs that program, and awesome for Mikey, awesome for Diamond Bay. They got a young kid in the car that'll do that. But yeah, I just wanted to give him a shout out. I've always been pretty big on giving the local dudes a run, and not some bloke that's come over here and will only speak to you for 3 or 4 days of the year and then fly back. So, yeah, awesome for Diamond Bay. They've done it the whole time. They've always they have Americans here and there and stuff, but probably out of all the local teams that they give the young West Australians or locals as much a go as any team out there. So from James Inglis recently as well, won a series with him. Mikey gets to jump into the seat up until Christmas, and who knows what happens after that. But well done to both. I think that's awesome. I think it's going to be great for the sport. Just it clears the pathway out. Obviously, Mikey's come through formulas and done a little bit of stuff in the speed cars. Then his family bit the bullet and jumped in and bought their own stuff. They had Josh Grizzy on the tools, and the back half of the season, it was promised throughout the whole year, but that back sort of 3-4 races there, I think Mikey put his nights together really well and was sort of always around the top 5, sometimes even showing the nose to do a little bit more than that. So, fascinated to see where that one ends up and how that goes. There's some other people in there. In this, the Speedway Australia sedans, I think it is the Hall of Fame. I'm not actually sure who the other people are, but Jason Oldfield's been nominated for that. Those boys do a heap for the sport, and I don't know them too well at all. But you can't talk to many people. There are probably some in the pits, but everyone in the pits know that those boys help out as much as anyone else in the pits. They're always lending a hand or lending a car or an engine or helping someone fix their stuff. They're ripper lads, and congratulations to him. And the last thing before we jump on the phone and have a chat with Jai Corbett, the Kendrick Motorsports, or I'm not sure what they call themselves, but Jason Kendrick and Jeff Kendrick's team, they did a season launch at the East Perth Footy Club. As good as I've seen. I've not made them many, and maybe the teams don't document them as well as what the Kendrick team did. But the East Perth Football Club, the function there is first class. Have a look on the Kendrick Facebook page and stuff like that. Everyone's got a name badge. Everyone obviously did a speech. Like, I just feel like they're the things that sort of get us closer and closer to the V8 supercars every week. And hats off to them. Looked really professional, and it just helps drag the sport up. You know, there'll be other teams that look at what Jeff and Jason have done with that, and no doubt will emulate that in some capacity. Let's get into it. Like I said off the top, we got Jai Corbett on the phone. Huge trip over east for him. Multiple World of Outlaw feature race appearances, which doesn't sound amazing, but like the level of talent that is in those fields, and Jai put it in those feature races a heap. Be really keen to see where he sits with it all. High limit, World of Outlaws. He was the Knoxville Nationals Rookie of the Year this year. Really good, and keen to get his thoughts. So we'll jump in and grab him on the line. Like I said, on the line, Jai Corbett, fresh off his US trip. When did you land back in Australia, Jai?
I got back last Thursday about lunchtime. So yeah, we've feel like I've been stuck straight into it as soon as I've been home. So yeah, it's sort of rolled on from one season to another.
When you say that stuck back, is it race car team work, just catching up on all the stuff that you haven't done while you're over there? Like, how busy are you?
Yeah, I just never got a chance to. Obviously, I crashed that last meeting in Toowoomba, and I just never got a chance to sort of regroup after that. I ended up hurting myself pretty bad, so I was out for a week and a bit, and then yeah, obviously I'm a diesel mechanic, so I had trade school, and yeah, I just next minute I know I'm on a plane heading to America. So yeah, I never really got a good chance to wrap my head around everything and sort of get up when I was gone for a couple of my guys back here to do some stuff. So I sort of landed and yeah, now it's just I'm trying to, clean stuff up and just go through all my parts and just make sure that we're fully equipped, to tackle a pretty big season. Because yeah, I think we've had a couple part failures in the past, and just little things here and there. So if I can try and be 110% prepared, I think the rest of it will sort of work itself out.
Hey, surely you didn't get off that plane to a wrecked race car. You 30 something hours from America. Surely something's not torn apart.
No, it was majority of my parts were sitting on the floor in a sort of a pile, and I didn't really know where to look or where to start. But yeah, the chassis was sitting outside and it was all rusty. And I thought, oh shit, someone's forgot to put that inside. But no, that was the junk one. So yeah, I was all my cars have been powder coated luckily, and yeah, I've just got to start building stuff and organizing parts, and yeah, it's just so much to wrap your head around when it's like I feel like in America we have such a different program and everything's laid out different shop, just everything's so much different, and then to come back, trying to make it as the same as I can is so not hard, but just it's hard to try and make stuff the same when you don't have the same parts, or your trailer's not the same setup, your shop's not the same setup. But I'm trying to do my best to sort of get it to that point where it's I can go from one to the other and it's much the same.
With that, mate, I got that's the first thing I wanted to chat about. The Juice Five team over there. Is that like a family deal? Is that friends? Like how did that come about? And sort of talk us through that program.
Yeah, Dad's known Brandon for a little while now. I think he met him back when the Earharts brought him out, and yeah, he was running the. I think he was running with Cody Morosky on the World Series deal, and I think Dad got hooked up with him. I think around when they went to Tassie, I'm gonna say, and yeah, they've like been chatting ever since. And Brandon sort of spoke to me here or there, a couple of years ago, just even just checking in back at home. It was nothing ever like you want to come and race over here, or it was nothing anything like that. It was just always little messages here or there, just seeing how we're going. And yeah, I finally met him in the year of 23, I think it was, over in Knoxville when I think I was helping Bernie on the 71 deal. And yeah, I went and obviously introduced myself. And yeah, as he reassures me now, but at the time I thought he was a bit of a dick because he didn't really have much to say. And he reassures me now that it was because they were parked on the back straightaway and they weren't having a real good night. So he said, my apologies for that. But yeah, that was my first real dealings with him. But yeah, no, it's been a good deal. So but yeah, like it's sort of a family deal, his deal. Yeah, like it's something in between there, I'd say.
How similar is that car and that package to what you run over here?
I'm trying to make it as much the same as I possibly can. Like parts wise, we're pretty well identical. From the cages are the same, the wings are the same. Motors are obviously different. I run Kisslers over there, and I run Carries here, so that's a little bit of a different package. But um, yeah, like the bars, like torsion bars, they're different brand to what I run here. Um, just little things like that. Obviously, fuel tanks and stuff. I hear people talking about ATL tanks, how they react a little different with the fuel load and Saldanas, and I run Saldanas there, and it's those little things that probably don't do me any good because then I start thinking about everything that could not be the same and could be hurting me, but probably it's just a driver deal or us getting it wrong on the night here, mainly more than anything.
With that, is it sort of like a blessing in disguise, really? Like, are you trying to like take all of his stuff and make your stuff here, or is it a blend? Like, oh, I really like those bars, but I like my shocks. Like, is it just a blend, and you get to figure out exactly what you do like, and then put both packages the same?
I think yeah, a little bit. He runs a different, brake setup to what I do in the rear, and I'm currently changing all my stuff to suit that because I really like how he's got it all set up. Um, bars, yeah, sort of trying to persist with what we have, maybe change it a little bit. Um, but if anything, probably the shock side of things, he really focuses on like getting me to understand like shock packages and like what I run and where I feel good. So I feel like, by the end of the trip this year, like I felt pretty comfortable where we were shock wise. And just, I got obviously I was dynoing him all the time and sort of running through the numbers with him and, bouncing backwards and forwards, sort of little ideas of where I feel a little more comfortable. And yeah, I feel like tried to relay a little bit of that to Buzzy. I have a really good relationship with him and tried to just make just little changes here and there to try and make me a little bit more comfortable here. And yeah, just I don't know. It's hard going from there to here because tracks don't race the same. Tracks, conditions are different. But yeah, if I can sort of get everything the feel of the race car the same, I feel like yeah, it will all work itself out.
With that, you jump into the car the first time, like what's the first thing that you feel like is the hardest thing? Is it like the completely different engine or the wings? Like, what's the first thing that you felt like, oh fuck, that's different?
Oh, it's just like all of it's just
Yep.
completely different, especially like short track stuff isn't too bad. I feel like we're we're not too bad short track wise. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of where I feel bad or like, if I'm a little left rear down or I'm right rear tight or I'm on the right front, I can sort of gauge where I am with that. But, the big track stuff, it's like I just get out there and I feel like towards the end of the trip, especially at Knoxville, obviously that's where we run a lot of the time. So you'd think by then I'd have it, sort of where I am feeling bad. But it just takes so long to get used to just with, the airspeed on the wing. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's so weird just how the car sticks to the racetrack. And it's like I honestly don't know where I'm bad majority of the time because I just feel stuck, you know,
Yep.
and I don't feel tight here where I'm saying I'm completely opposite of where I'm saying, and it's like well, far out. Like just all those little things. It's yeah, I don't know. It's hard to sort of get a grasp on it when you're going so quick. And even Kerry says like you just. I talked to him a little bit, and he just said you're just trying to hold on the whole time. So to get out, Brandon sort of says, how did you feel? And I just look at him and go, I really don't know, to be honest. But yeah, by the end of it, I felt something just clicked. I think it was us after Oski. We ran Oski, and that place was just like next level. Just the shape of the racetrack, and yeah, like it just for some reason something just clicked after that night, and I just everything slowed down a little bit, and I felt everything from obviously the prelim night through to the final night. I don't know what it was, just yeah, I could get a bit of a better grasp on everything on my end. I feel.
Mate, I'm not sure how much you paid attention, but from over here and the social media and the dirt vision and stuff like that, the big topic seemed to be tyres and the differences on them and how inconsistent they are. Is that anything that you felt like? Is that hard to sort of get your head around as well?
Um, I'm not too sure. Like as I said, you just jump in the car, like especially at Knoxville, and you sort of just you don't even know where you're at, to be honest. So the tires never really crossed my mind. Short track stuff, especially, I feel like Husitz was a big one just because we'd run there so much last year, and this year, like I just didn't really the track. The track shape changed a little bit. They changed the dirt. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know. I felt a little bit on the right rear tire type, if that makes sense. Like it's just a little bit rolled up, but we shouldn't be rolled up from what we're doing to the race car. So I don't know. I couldn't really tell, but I feel like that might have something to do with the tire. But yeah, everyone's talking about the tire over there. That's just like the hot topic. But some guys have the tire dynos and they're trying to work on their stuff with the tire dyno. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like those guys obviously have the upper hand, but for me, yeah, I don't know. It just Tires are yeah, they're a weird one, that's for sure.
Hey, what was your best race? Like, not maybe not necessarily even the result. Like maybe the night you felt the best was your best result. But what do you feel like was your best night?
Um, I mean, I feel like I had two good nights. I'd definitely say the IRA show. Actually, yeah, regard no, sorry, wrong show. I'd say Eldora. The Eldora really, I surprised myself. Just I didn't have like I honestly that was another place I had no idea where I was at all. But I just really tried to you know talk to J Mac and Rico had a little bit of a conversation with Rico about the place and yeah, like I qualified not too bad, which I really surprised myself. And the heat race, I started on the I think it was the back second last row on the heat race, and yeah, like the dirty air was just completely insane compared to like qualifying or hot laps where you're on your own. But yeah, like I went from I think I was in the transfer at one point, or I was just behind the transfer to being dead last in the heat race, and then yeah, I was like, oh shit, I got to figure this out. But I feel like just there, it's such a hard place. For me, because I've never been there, I've never really raced any other half miles, but I feel like I really, did my best to, what I had and what I was trying to figure it out. So I feel like that was a good night. And I think I'd say my qualifying night at Knoxville for the Nationals was definitely the outstanding race of the whole trip. Just with, we didn't qualify the best, but the way the invert and the points worked, it put us in a good spot for the heat race. And yeah, I made a mistake on the first restart and, oh, sorry, the first start in general. And yeah, I got chased down by Rico and Justin Peck, and I think I went from being third in a transfer to being almost dead last. But we had a restart after that, and yeah, I think I've ran the bottom the best I ever ran there, and actually pulled away from Rico a little bit, which I think his car there, especially on the bottom, is
Mhm.
just phenomenal. Um, Especially from what I seen previous to that race, so I knew he was going to be really good on the bottom. So I just had to really hit my marks. But to start out of 10th and I think we held 10th. We went backwards for a little bit, but we got back to 10th. I just really, yeah, had to breathe and just try and focus on making good laps and just really read the racetrack because it's such a track where if you can shorten it up and keep momentum, you're always going to be quick. So I feel like I did a really good job overall. Just finishing there was pretty good.
I have all these like questions I've written down there, but I want to know. You're coming down that straight at Knoxville. Are you ever just like, what the fuck? I am flying. Like, is it so much faster than anything you do over here? Like, and is that almost scary to go that fast?
Yeah. On the drier days there, you don't really like. Obviously, it's not as humid. You don't really see it, but like when it was really humid, like we were getting vapor trails off the left front wing board in hot laps, and that's just like, yeah, you're hauling ass right now.
Like with
And
the
yeah,
what your highlight of the trip? Like, I know I've sort of asked a similar question, but was there another highlight of the trip? Like, even in the Knoxville Nationals, just going shit. I'm rolling out in the Knoxville Nationals. Was there like a personal highlight, maybe on or off the track for you?
yeah. I mean, like it was obviously awesome to win the Rookie of the Year, and yeah, to be the first Aussie to do it. There's been so many to be
Yep.
there for their first time, and I feel like if it wasn't for Brandon and the situation I was in, I definitely would never be anywhere where we are now. So I feel like just in general, just having him and being able to show up every night and not ultimately go out and, run top tens or top fives, but just to even make A mains and just be sort of semi consistent every night. It's just such a credit to him and I feel like that's a big highlight for me because it's yeah, I just know that if it was to be something that I was either not in that situation or we were doing it ourselves, it'd be so hard. And, for him to be there, it just takes I feel like it takes the pressure off me having to think about what we need to do, and I can sort of figure it out more driving wise to, try and figure it out the best I can. Because yeah, like the tracks aren't easy, and I've never had any other half mile experience other than Knoxville till I got to Eldora, and yeah, like it's just insane how different it is.
Is there a race that you want back? Like if you could just get one race back or a heat race, a whole night, whatever. Is there one that you think fuck if like almost like the Knoxville thing when you got a second chance for that restart, you could put it together. Is there a night that you're like fuck, yeah, I wish I could do that again?
Yeah, probably the Fremont high limit show. We started third. And I think I was actually on pole for the dash,
Yep.
and I jumped the start a little bit. I think Brent Marks was playing a couple games, but yeah, I jumped the start and put us back to third. And we ran third pretty good, but I think yeah, we had a little bit of a mishap with the setup and the feature, and I think we ran top five for a while just with the fuel load, and then as soon as the fuel load burned off, yeah, and it's probably a lot to do with how I drove the race car too. I feel like watching back now and watching what the other guys were doing, I feel like if I knew that in the moment, which I suppose a lot of drivers say that as well, but if I knew that in the moment, it probably would have. I feel like it would have had a different outcome. But yeah, probably that one and the IRA show. We were pretty well high points, all night, and yeah, won the dash and started pole, but they wet the track right before we went out for the A main. And yeah, I tried to get the good enough start on the bottom to where I could try and get a good jump into one, but yeah, the grease just was everywhere on the bottom. So as uh as Trevor Greeny rang me straight after the race and told me I should have pushed the guy in second up to the catch fence, try and get a good start. But yeah, probably those two nights are just little things here and there I wish I could have done differently.
Do you take those races like? Do you think about those races all night, or is it are you the sort of fella that can put it behind you pretty quick?
It sort of depends on. I feel like obviously last year I didn't have some of the best results, and yeah, I feel like I question myself a lot. Just if I can do it, or yeah, if this is what I should be doing. But I feel like it's definitely like situations probably make me think a lot. Like for example, I think we were at the High Banks and at Massachusetts for the Outlaws, and I think I ran two spots shy of a transfer, or I lost the transfer in the heat race, which put me deep in the B main. But yeah, I just didn't do my job good enough running the bottom, and I knew where I needed to be, and the car was good enough. I think I just let the pressure of who was beside me and behind me get to me, and yeah, I really shoot on that for a little while. Not through the next day, but just that night in general, I just was really hard on myself, just because I knew that I could have done it and could have run the bottom good enough to make the AMA, and I just didn't. So yeah, I shoot on that. But after that night especially, and we recovered the next night and made the A main, and yeah, made three out of the four outlaw A mains, which is I feel like is a really good job. But after that, you just got to recover really quick and just not forget about it, but know where you went wrong and just work on the next race. Whether it's if you time trialed wrong or you heat race wrong, you just whatever you did wrong, you just got to learn from your mistakes and make sure you don't do it in the next race.
With that,
I feel.
I always wonder the American schedule. You race so much more frequently. Does that help when you do have a bad night, or you go back and watch the footage and you go, oh, I need to do that. Like one or two nights later, you get to go again. I feel like maybe that could help. But then I thought, yeah, but then if you have bad habits, do you just keep reinforcing them and you can dig yourself a big hole quickly? Like, where do you sit with that?
Um, yeah, I feel like the back to back racing, like when you're doing it almost four times a week, I feel like is good because you just by the end of it, it just becomes you're hopping in a race car and you're just going out and doing what you do really, and there's not much thinking about it. Whereas I feel the week to week, like, if you're racing 1 day or 2 days, it's just, to me, my mind goes elsewhere, and then I feel like I don't get myself back into it quick enough.
Yep.
But I feel like I've done a lot, just personally, just trying to work on that and just be always ready for every situation. Yeah, I feel like that's probably the big one. But yeah, the bad habits, like, you just really gotta know what you did wrong. I feel like, because if you don't figure it out, it just bites you so much more over there than what it does here. So
The
yeah, I feel like that's probably a big one.
Mate, not too much in the way of social media for you, but what was the best thing you did off the track? Like you're obviously in America for a long time. I seen one photo of a golf course. Like what's the best thing you did off the track?
Yeah, we didn't really get much time to do stuff, but every little bit that I got, I'm pretty good mates with the Roth guys. So went and had a round of golf with one of the crew guys, Nate, there, and yeah, Garrett Williamson and I were good mates as well. So had another free day and had a round of golf with him. But other than that, yeah, it was honestly wasn't until like the last 2 days we were there. We went to the Iowa State Fair and checked all that out. And yeah, I wish we stayed just an extra day to go there and see that again, because yeah, it was actually unreal. But yeah, I feel like last year we did a hell of a lot more in our spare time, just with the amount of rainouts we had. The rain was just insane. But this year they either made us finish a race meeting at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
or it just, yeah, it didn't really rain, so we were always racing, which I mean is good, because yeah, like, I didn't really want any free time. I mean, I probably in the moment, and the guys will listen to this and say I bitched about it, but in the moment, yeah, I mean, I probably did bitch about it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I just, yeah, wanted to keep in the seat as much as I could.
There's obviously a little bit of a break before our season kicks off back over here in Australia. Do you want the break? Do you wish you could get straight into it like before the season? Where you sit with that?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously a break would be nice, but I feel like, I just, if I'm working on these cars all the time, and I feel like, just the people I talk to, like, as I said, I'm really close with Buzzy, like Kim Buswell. So, to lean on him a little bit and just be in it till we go racing. I feel like it keeps me a lot sharper, just because I know where we're at with everything. Um, but yeah, like, I feel like if I was to have a break for a couple of weeks or even a month or two, like, then it's a bit of a slog to get back to it, I suppose.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. Like, at the end of the season, rolling into our American season is probably when I do want to have the break, just because I know what we're about to get ourselves into. But yeah, rolling off obviously American season to now, I there's a lot to do, but I just enjoy sort of being up to date with everything, and just, yeah, as I said, knowing where we're at is a good thing.
Who does all your schedule and stuff like that? Do you sit down with the team? Is that up to you? Do you have to try and figure out what nights what? Like, how hectic is it, and who does all that for you?
I got one of my guys, Gary. He does the majority of the scheduling and the hotel booking and just stuff like that. I was doing the hotel booking and the plane flights and stuff like that when we were, but yeah, my dad and I got into it a little bit, just so over the what times we were flying out and stuff like that. So I tried to palm that job off to Gary, and yeah, he handles all that, which is absolutely amazing, because yeah, that side of things gets pretty stressful, and yeah, he seems to have a pretty good grasp on it, and especially with the schedule of the race season, he just has a whole spreadsheet pretty well where we are every weekend and what hotels we're booking and who's going, and yeah, it's just really makes it really easy on my part. I don't have to sort of stress about that side of things.
Shout out to Gaza, mate. What a man.
Yeah.
With what's your goals for the season then? I want to win this race. I just want to be good. Like, how do you set your goals and what are they?
I don't know. I feel like I try and hold a lot of confidence coming into the season. Especially if we have a bad season previously, or yeah, I don't know. It's just trying to. Obviously, everyone wants to win 100%, and that's the mindset I keep every night. I just want to go out and beat everyone the best I can, and obviously come out on top. But I think it's getting to a stage where you know everyone's equipment's so good, and everyone's actually learning and getting better as the seasons go by. And although it's not a full-time deal for us here as such as what it is in America, but I feel like there's so many people now um just gaining so much knowledge. And yeah, like there's actually a lot of guys just being really outstanding at the moment. So I feel like to just compete with that, like we just have to be consistent, because I think consistency breeds wins in a sense.
Yeah, fair enough. Mate, yeah, appreciate it. I said 15 minutes. It's been about 27. Yeah, I'll rip it, mate. I think not just this, mate. I think you should do some more interviews. I think you think as much as anyone. Very well spoken. You wheel the shit out of it. Yeah, mate, I
Yeah.
really appreciate your time.
Yeah, no worries.
Easy, mate. Take care of yourself.
Too easy.
Yeah, I'll
No
see you at the track
worries.
sometime.
All good. Thanks, mate.
See ya.
See ya.
There you go, Jai Corbett. Yeah, like I said, he's a ripper lad. Yeah, speaks really well. Clearly thinks about his race and was amazing over there. And I feel like he's set for a massive season back here in Australia with the NQ10 team. But yeah, no stopping here. We'll have Ben Norman on the line in a minute. Obviously, just won the Westralia Cup. Not if you're not aware of the program, street stocks race here in Australia, Western Australia, run by the Broth Enterprise Group. The winner of the race, their home club gets to host the race the following year. And Jake Oath won it in Ellenbrook this year and took it back to Derby, which is probably 2,500 Ks away from where 98% of the drivers live. So the boys just made the trek up there, the street stock crew. I've spoken about it a number of times. It's a fantastic group of drivers and they support each other. They sponsor their own division. They put up all their own prize money. And Derby, tiny little town where I used to live. Yeah, I know the club. Every time there was a race on, obviously I was there in the push shoot or in the bar. But I know the town was going to do everything they could to make this a massive success. And yeah, watching it online, watching all the feedback, some Snapchats from some fellas that I still know in town, massive success. Whole club pitched in and it never looked better. And I know they had some issues getting the races in on the first night, but yeah, it's a huge night. Sporties was packed Thursday night. Friday night, the track was packed. Saturday night, the track was packed. Jake put on a show the first night, and with Damo Lyle, they were the two winners of the feature races, and Jake Oath's the local fella there who does a lot for the street stocks, for Derby, for everyone involved. Jake's a ripper fella and was in the fight for a long time. I'm actually not sure what happened, but it can't be too serious because he rolled out for the tin top feature afterwards. So yeah, really good for Jake to put on a good show. Obviously, we'll have Ben on the line coming up. His brother Hayden Norman chased him pretty much the whole race. Dropped back to like 5th or 6th at one stage, Hayden, and then just got his way forward and couldn't quite pick off Ben. From the B main, Jacob Doust, one of the local boys there, the Lizard I used to call him. Yeah, Ripper just tore through the field. Really strong. Got by Hayden once there into second and looked like he might actually win the thing. Caught a yellow at the wrong time. Back to third. Showed his nose a couple of more times than Hayden. But yeah, eventually the track just looked like it tore up a little bit in the line that Jacob was running. He just kept on getting a big push there in 1 and 2 and yeah, settled for third. But we've got the winner on the line. Is a part of the Broth Enterprise Group, the 66 Ripper fella, Ben Norman. All right, on the line, like we said, the king, Ben Norman. Mate, fresh off your biggest win, how do you feel?
Yeah, no, it feels pretty good. Probably haven't had a big win before, so no.
You've had heaps of title podiums and all that. Like I remember around the Brian Rose last year, all the boys who spoke to me were like, mate, his podium's huge races. Like he's got to get one soon. Is that how you felt?
Yeah, well, I reckon every big event that I've been to, yeah, Brian Rose and all the Month of Madness, all Morgan series that he puts together, we get always 30-odd cars and always all the good ones. I seem to get second or third, all right, and just never seem to get the top step. So no, it's good to finally get there. So
Your overall thoughts. Obviously, I've spoken about it earlier in the pod about Derby and how much effort is. Like, what are your overall thoughts before we get into the nitty gritty?
For Derby one?
Yeah, just the Derby race, like the trip, all that.
Yeah, well, there's a big trip to get up here. And well, for everyone else as well. And being probably, I reckon 70% of the field has probably never even raced there before, which was even trickier for everyone. And yeah, no, it was Derby put on a good show. Yeah, no, it was mint weekend, and they had a few troubles the first night, and obviously they never hosted about that many cars before. So, but all in all, yeah, it was pretty good trip up there. So it was all good.
On the trip up, whereabouts were you when you thought, how the fuck does Jake Hoth do this all the time?
Yeah.
I reckon I
Well,
would have got to Carnarvon.
Nah, when I seen him, I told him it wasn't that hard. So nah, well, we got to Newman. I think that was just after Newman was our first stop. That was 12.5 hours, and that was only halfway. So, but when we're there, it's like Jesus, he just keeps going. I don't know how he does it. He's a machine.
Yeah, decent weekend for you overall, mate. Second on night one, and obviously one night two. Did you feel good? Sorry, did you feel good? Did you feel like you had a shot at it? Like how did that pan out?
I felt overly confident. I thought I probably should have won the first feature as well. But Damon pipped me there. But anyway,
Is a cheat.
yeah, yeah. But no, I did feel pretty confident. The car felt good. And the track was obviously well different to the second. I was probably more comfortable the first night. But yeah, I felt confident as well. And I thought even in the feature, I didn't think I was well ahead, but because I never seen any cars, I thought I was, by myself. But I looked at the vision, and Hayden was pretty much behind me the whole time. So, so it was good to hold him back.
Well, you didn't know he was that close.
Nah, I only seen him once. I think that was when the Douse fella was under him.
Yep.
And that was the only time I seen him, I reckon. And so it was good to have that pressure and not, make too many mistakes. And yeah, hold off Hayden. So it was good.
Can you have a game plan going into a race like that? And did you?
Well, at the first start, it was very slippery. It was weird, and I was thinking to myself, well, I don't even know where to go. Just turn the corner, and hopefully it all works out. And then I had a bit of a pattern as what I was doing throughout the thing. And then we had one of the yellows there, and that was when Jacob Douse was on Hayden, and I seen Damon telling me. Obviously, he broke down early, and he was telling me to get lower to do the last 10 odd laps, and got lower and yeah, survived the end. So it was good.
And you said your car felt good earlier. Like I generally do not know, and obviously there'll be stuff you want to keep to yourself. But like, what can you change much other than the gears or like tire pressures? Like, what do you change if your car doesn't feel good?
I'm pretty chilled. I just sort of deal with what it is. But well, ratio wise, you can change, but and tire pressures. But again, I'll leave them how I leave them the first night or the first heat to the feature. I try not to change too much. You can do a bit of toe in, toe out. But yeah, there's not a hell of a lot you can do. It's more mental stuff and bit of good luck as well. It all works out.
Mate, was the race frustrating for you in the seat? Like watching, it just seemed like every yellow, and I'm like, fucking come on, boys! Like, is that where your head was at?
Yeah, I was never really nervous. Yeah, I was more frustrated, especially at the start. It was just really annoying because I just want to get off to a good start. And then even just sitting there waiting and just sweating. It was very humid up there. So I'm just sweating. I just want to keep going just to, cool down a bit. But yeah, I was very frustrated. It was annoying, but that's okay.
Do the tracks move as much as what I feel watching on TV that track did? Like, I don't feel like generally street stock tracks go away that quick, but it felt like that track changed a lot throughout the feature. Is that fair?
Yeah, I don't think you could run the bottom at the start. Like I said, it was very slippery early on. I felt like I had no traction. That's why I was a bit worried. I was like, I don't even know where to go. And I sort of just ran through all the bumps, trying to get traction off them. And then, yeah, by the end, we sort of went onto the bottom. Must have dried up a bit or something. And then, yeah, it all worked out. So,
Was it too hot? Like, what sort of temperatures are we talking?
It was about mid-30s, probably 35 during the day. Oh,
Yeah, okay,
and I
that's pretty
reckon it
steamy.
was low 20s, high 20s, sorry, during nighttime. But I reckon I didn't check the humidity, but it was quite sweaty. So I reckon I lost maybe 3 kilos. So not that I need to lose any more, but no, it was good.
And what did you think about the track? Obviously, you would have seen Derby, mate. There's a big population. More than half the town doesn't really do anything, and the Speedway club's such a good community group. Like, and they don't have a lot of members, but they crack in. Like, what did you think of the club and the track?
Yeah, the club's it's like it's their main sort of sport, a bit like cricket with India.
Yep,
It's
yeah,
like
it is.
that's just all they think about. I remember on probably one of the yellows, or whenever it was probably 15 to go or something, and I know Jake Hoth was already on the infield because I seen him, and then the whole crowd was cheering, and I was like, "What's going on here?" Like you could hear him in my car, like they were that loud. And I was thinking, well, Jake's out. I'm like, who else is up the front here? And then obviously I figured out it was Jacob Douse was there.
Yeah.
But it's like you're at a sports carnival. They're unbelievable. It's Derby Speedway. They're mad, but they love their speedway.
What about sporties, mate? I know on Thursday night there was the event there. Was that well attended? Like, did the club get around you for that?
Yeah. We had the went the sportsman, everyone. I reckon majority of the people that were racing were there. And no, they put up a mint feed, and Mikel Cutter went off. That was one of a pretty big Calcutta just for a non-title event. And yeah, the guy that bought me, he was pretty happy with himself.
What did he have to pay for you, and who was it?
It was $600 I got bought for.
Yeah.
And it was an Irish fella. He's from Karratha. He actually raced as well, Colin.
Yeah.
It's probably the first one he's ever been to, and he didn't know what he was doing. he couldn't believe that he had to pay $600, but he ended up doing it anyway, and he was lucky he did because he won about 10 grand. So
10 grand was the payout.
Yeah, for the winner. Yeah.
Far out.
Yeah.
I wonder who got Jacob Douse. That was probably who was screaming. He probably paid $88.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, Jaco went for about 5.5 grand. So
yeah, okay.
That's how much they love him up there.
Yeah. Well, he looked good. Who bought him?
I think just one of the local fellas here.
Far out, mate. There's a bit of money up there. Don't look like it, but there is. What about just the effort to get up there, mate? Like, I know I spoke to Morgan in the last episode and that, but like how much planning is it? Is it holidays from work? Like how much effort is it to even get up there once?
Yeah, well, obviously I had to plan out where we'll stay in probably 2 months before, and everyone that's sort of to be honest, I didn't realize how far it was, and I looked at it, and it was 24 hours. It says on the maps, and I was like, oh fuck. So it was all the guys that helped me out. Obviously ODH Mechanical, he helps, but the whole series, all the straight stocks plus myself, Hayden, he pretty much helps everyone. And obviously EDS, he's come on board this year, so he's helped me out, and all the prestiges that we got here, Prestige Cool Room and Mechanical and Industries and all them. But yeah, it's been a hell of a trip so far. So only got one more to go, and unfortunately head back down south.
Back to this Roma. Mate, ODH Mechanical, I do want to touch on him, Steve O'Dowd. What happened to him? He's obviously got no luck. It looks like he pulled in before the green. What happened?
He ended up getting a flat tire. Must have, touched with another car at one of the starts, the real first start. So, and he was out early on the BJM as well, on the first lap as well. So, yeah, he's had a bit of bad luck, but he's racing again this weekend, so hopefully he gets a little bit more luck for him.
Mate, surely someone rips a street stock out onto Ganthian Point and does a little photo shoot, mate. Come on, lift it.
yeah. Not the one. I've already been there about 5 times today. This whole week since we've been here.
There's nothing else to do. No, surely you get a little photo shoot going on there. The Westralia Cup champ.
I did think we could do a bit of a drag race, mile track. That'd be pretty cool.
Even the Broome Advertiser would get the boys down there.
Yeah, I know. I've seen I seen the cops down there earlier today, so maybe not.
Mate, they're busy. They are
Yeah,
busy.
okay.
They will be chasing Commodores and Falcons, but they won't be chasing you boys.
No, yeah, true.
Mate, the broom track itself. Like, did you get out there and have a look at it? Have you run there before?
No, I haven't looked at it yet. And no, I've never been here before at all. So a bit like Derby, so it worked out well there. So we'll,
What did that Westralia Cup pay? The prize money?
I don't know. I don't know if advertised it, yeah, but I don't remember seeing anything. But
Is there a little envelope there for you? Surely.
no, they put it all in your bank now. You don't get any cash now. So
What about Shinzu Matsuri? Is that what it is? Shinzu Matsuri?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they've upped their prize money for the total weekend to 40 grand now. But that's all over all divisions. I don't know how much ours is. Ours is over.
And
but yep.
Mate, I know that they flip the coin or whatever, left or right. Do you ever have a preference, or is what it is?
Actually, I wanted to go the other way for the feature on the Derby.
Yep.
But I don't really care. I'd rather probably reverse circuit if we were talking, but I'm happy to go either.
And the broom, like I know you're cruisy and whatever. Any plans for this, like a game plan, or is it just whatever? Roll the car back off, chuck some fuel in, and off you go.
Yeah, I'll probably take all the tyres off and make sure everything's tight. It was a bit rough and rowdy at Derby, so and yeah, just whip it out again, and I've a sort of game plan on my head, but you sort of work it out when you're out there. But yeah, hopefully all works out well.
What about your fuel? Like, I know it blew my mind just sort of floating around the pits a little bit with the fuel and how you get tested and how 98 is not 98. Like that, that genuinely, I tell everyone that blows my mind that they can rob you. I don't even, like, you can't get 98 in Derby. I don't even know. Is there 98 in Broome yet?
Yeah. I don't know about in Broome, but you can get it at Roebuck.
Yeah, out of town. So that's where everyone had to get it?
Roebuck. Yeah. Unless Jake Hoth had a stash somewhere, but I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, but yeah, everyone had to get it at Roebuck, and I don't know about Broome and Town, but I'll just get it at Roebuck. It seemed to work out well there, so we'll just get it all from there.
Well, all the boys are up there, right? And you're a tight knit bunch. Like, did the Westralia Cup? Did you rip the lid off a few? Like, how did that night pan out post race?
It wasn't a very big night. We had a big night the last night because it didn't finish till 12:30. So it was a little late one on the second one, but no, I didn't get too over the top. I still had a kid to wake up in the rooftop early in the morning, so
you couldn't get a rooftop.
Yeah, I was in the rooftop, so
that is not ideal up there.
yeah, but no, it was good fun. I don't mind. Hanging it. We all camped at the speedway and all had a good time. Got dirty. All the kids loved it, so it was good.
How many people thanked you for dragging it back down to Ellenbrook?
I reckon when everyone was telling me to go down the bottom, I think the whole pit watchers were telling me to go to the bottom. Everyone was pretty happy.
Do not let this dude win.
But mind you, Jake's pretty fast at Ellenbrook, so yeah. So we'll see how we go.
Sweet. Awesome, mate. Yeah, like I said, I'll keep you not too long. Where are you going for dinner tonight?
We're going to Roebuck, actually. Apparently, it's the Roebuck Roadhouse is the best one in town, apparently, but it's not even in town. So
yeah, it's definitely for sure
where George Park's taking us. So he might be taking me out for dinner.
Happy with a dog with two dicks. Hopefully, Cody Brown's there, mate. He'd throw the credit card over the bar. That's definitely the best place to eat.
Yeah, well, that's what we've been told. So
mate, send me a photo of how many dinner plates George gets. I reckon he needs 2.
He's a machine, isn't he?
He's the biggest unit I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how he fits in a late model. He might need a door himself as well.
All right, awesome, mate. Enjoy your night. Say good day to the boys for us, and well done on your race, mate. I know I stuff around a fair bit, but. Yeah, I know it's a massive achievement for you and the team and the rest of the boys, but for you to get up there and get the chocolates, mate, it's a massive effort and stoked for you.
Easy on. Thanks.
Thanks, mate. See ya.
All right.
There you go. Ben Norman. Yeah, ripper fella, real cruisy. Nothing seemed to bother him too much and yeah, obviously a stellar field. He put it to the boys and to be fair, never looked like losing the race. So We've had some correspondence here from Mikey Green, so I'm stoked to get Mikey on the phone in a couple of minutes. But yeah, I spoke about it at the start, and I just want to go back over it. That it's just a young kid. And his family obviously did the hard yards to give him a real crack in a sprint car, and sort of a season and a half I think he ran last year, Motorplex based races. And I remember doing a podcast with him. He couldn't travel sort of the truck they had. They didn't even trust to get to Geraldton and Kalgoorlie. Like everything they did, they put into their program to run well at the Motorplex. And anyone who knows sprint cars knows it's not a cheap exercise. So for him and his family to give him the opportunity to get an opportunity like get the Diamond Bay ride, which is as good as any ride you can get in the country. I feel like there used to be the best rides. Now I think there's sort of 10 teams that have as good equipment as each other, and now it's just a matter of finding the right car for the right driver and the right crew chief, sort of setting them up around them. But they all have great equipment now, and Mikey had good equipment, and Josh Grizzly, I speak about him a lot. I think he's as good as anyone on the tools. He's very, very quiet and very unassuming, but I don't think there's a car that he's put a spanner to that hasn't been extremely fast. So he'll obviously, I'm not actually sure if he'll do anything with the Diamond Bay things. I can't imagine. He sort of does his own program, and the Diamond Bay boys know what they're doing as well. So stoked for Mikey to have a crack. I know we're jumping from these interviews pretty quickly, but I get bored of listening to me. I don't really like talking on my own like this either. It feels weird. But we'll jump in and get Mikey on the line. Like I said, on the line, Diamond Bay Motorsports, Mikey Green. How does that sound?
Sounds awesome.
Mate, when did you know? And when did you know for sure you're jumping in the 26?
It was I've known for a couple months now. I wanted to speak about it. I think it might have been I first contacted Steve, I want to say about 3 months ago, maybe a little bit more. Sort of got in contact with him because got his number through Josh Grizzly, and he sort of sent him a message to see what he was doing. A lot of people obviously really want to know who they're putting in their car, and I see my name a lot there, and I thought I just asked a question to see what their plans are and see what he wanted to do, and he said, come down and meet me and meet the team, and we'll discuss what their plans are, and yeah.
Were you shitting yourself when like that first phone call? Oh, we've just lost him. I'll give him a call back.
You have reached the message bank.
We're no good. I think he's just going to change it. I'm sure he'll call back. Stand by. There it is. Oh, good, mate. Yeah, no stress, mate. The first phone call to Steve, like, were you nervous? Were you like, fuck, man, I'm top 5, I'm all good, like, he'll be keen? Like, how did you feel making the first contact?
Wasn't too nervous. Like, I was just, obviously, I knew we're still planning on racing our car this season, so I wasn't, like, nervous or anything, but I was definitely, like, bit surreal when I got down there, and they were keen to. Well, when I got the message to say come down, I was a bit like, oh god, like this could be happening. Like I was a bit taken back, but it was pretty surreal. Pretty surreal.
Who's when you get that feeling or come down? Who's the first person you call?
Dad was with me, so I called Dad.
Yeah, okay.
Dad was sort of with me at the moment. But I called Mum because she wasn't there, and then she was pretty stoked, and yeah, she even teared up a little bit.
I spoke about it before, mate. Like, and I said, congrats to your family, because obviously you guys put together the family deal, and they took the risk, financially and the time, and they put it into your whole racing career. And how did it feel for the parents to see you get this ride?
I can imagine they're pretty glad. They've put in not just me, but both me and my family put in a lot of time and money, and we've sacrificed a lot to get to this point. And yeah, I wouldn't even consider I'm halfway there to where I want to be. So it's obviously a massive step in the right direction. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to how next season goes and how it plays out. And yeah, hopefully it should be really good.
The uncertainty of it, like swapping between cars, like I know you have done a heap of racing and done lots of different divisions. Like, are you not disappointed, or like, is there any issues with swapping cars sort of halfway through the year, or you think you'll just be able to transition back to your family car easy?
Yeah, it's played online a little bit, like not hugely. Like I've done a lot of different forms of racing, so I've been able to sort of, I did a bit of midget racing and a bit of 360 racing one year, and was able to transfer, like hop into each car and be pretty comfortable straight away. So I think I should be all right. Like I'm, be curious to see how their car handles compared to my car, because I've only ever driven, a 410, as with my family. So it'd be interesting to see that all goes. And but yeah, I think I should be right. I think that's probably one of my strongest abilities, is being able to adapt to different styles of driving and way cars handle and stuff like that.
You obviously have a good engine with the family car, given the results last year, a couple of quick times and always up the pointy end. But like, is that like a fresh engine? Like, what's the difference just in equipment going to be between your package and Diamond Bay's?
To be honest, we run the same chassis, same shocks.
Yep.
So like the baseline is pretty similar. Obviously they probably run their car a little bit different to how we do, which should be interesting. I'd say I know their motors obviously built by Maxwell, so there's different motors, so that always plays a big part. I know when it comes to 410 racing. So I think that's probably be the biggest thing I'm probably have to get used to, is how their motors react and how that changes the car. But hopefully for the better. I'm hoping. So I think it should be good. I think we should be pretty good by October.
What are you most excited about? Like, is it cool to even see like the post they put up today, you next to the Diamond Bay car? Like that must be cool. And what else is exciting you before you jump in?
I don't really know, to be honest. It's pretty cool. Like it's a bit of a dream come true. Like I've always, I sort of grew up watching, different drivers drive, for that team, and always thought maybe one day I'd hopefully be there. And now here I am talking to you about actually driving for them. So I think just being a part of their team and seeing my name on the top wing would be pretty cool, I think. And hopefully I can keep the results up other drivers been posting, and try to fill the shoes they've had in other drivers.
With that, it obviously is I guess it's a professional team. Are you going to feel any pressure? You come across like it probably wouldn't bother you, but you think there'll be any extra pressure being like a driver for a team?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's not the first time I've driven for like a team, but like a team of this caliber is definitely definitely the biggest team I've definitely raced for. But obviously there's always going to be a bit of self-pressure. I know Steve and Paul and Cam, they won't put any pressure on me to, make sure I win or, always quick us out there. There's no pressure from them. There'll be more pressure probably on me, but I know I just got to sort of relax and just keep a level head and, just make sure to finish and keep the car straight. And I think I should be all right. I'm pretty confident, but, obviously it always plays in your mind, but you obviously just got to relax and breathe and, just keep your head up.
What are you doing in the off season to keep fresh? You're in the go-kart, on the sim. Do you do anything?
This season's been pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie, I've been a bit lazy. I've been trying to keep at the gym though, as much as I can. I do have the cart there, but it's been a bit hard to get it out. But we will be doing some races at Ellenbrook in the next couple of weeks. So I think we'll be doing 1 or 2 shows there, and then I think by the time we finish at Ellenbrook, we'll be doing a practice session in the 26th, and then by then it'll be Powerpalooza time.
Up until the release is up until Christmas. You're just back into your family car post Christmas at this stage?
Yep. So this stage, we'll hop back into our car over the Christmas period and the state week period and all that. And as far as now, we're doing our car for the rest of the year. But hopefully if everything goes good, we might be hopping back maybe after Christmas, but we don't know yet. Still unknown. Obviously, we've got to just get my feet wet and see how we go on those first 6 shows, and depending on those, we'll hopefully have an answer for the rest of the year.
Mate, I am stoked for you. I spoke about it earlier on the pod as well. Last time we spoke, I think it was Geraldton, and you couldn't get to because you just were saying we don't even trust the truck. Like, we can't drive that far. Like, we'll stick it there. So is it just a release and a relief for you and your parents to be jumping in the Diamond Bay rig and all that stuff sort of for the first 6 rounds anyway is taken off your plate and you can just concentrate on racing?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely taken, definitely a lot off our plate, especially for the first 6 rounds, and we don't really have to really get our car ready till December now, which is a lot of work goes into getting these cars ready for the season. Stickers and buying spare parts and all that stuff. So it definitely makes it a lot easier. But yeah, like it's been massive. So hopefully we've got a trailer this season too. So hopefully we'll be able to maybe do some country tracks in our own car. Depending and how we go in the first 6 shows. But yeah, hopefully we can do some shows with our car in the country tracks and all that stuff.
But is it even cool just not having like 6 extra nights on your equipment, on your engine? Like, I know you do some practice nights as well. Like, do you factor all that into your sort of decisions?
That was probably one of the biggest things that we took in, obviously, because we could have raced our own car, and obviously, I think by high limit time probably be pretty comfortable in our own car. But obviously, with the cost of how much it costs to race a sprint car nowadays, I think it's better to take those 6 shows and just pop in our car come Christmas time and just sort of get ahead around it as quick as we can, I think.
You seem like a goal-driven fella. What are your goals? Not leave the Diamond Bay bit of there because there's just too many unknowns at this stage. I think you'll be fine. But back in your own car, obviously, before the big shows over here, and is there any East Coast stuff on the horizon? Like, what are your plans just in your own car?
At the moment, just sort of, we'll stay at home this year, I think. I don't think we'll go over East just yet. I'd like to, definitely. I think it'd be a good learning curve, but at the moment, I think we'll just stick to home where we can sort of find our feet and get a bit quicker. But yeah, I think try stay in the top 10 and maybe try a few more consistent top 5s. I think last year I was pretty spot on for where I wanted to sort of start off. I sort of said start with top 10s and hopefully by the end of the year get top 5s, which I was pretty spot on. So hopefully this season we can sort of do the same, but more top 5 finishes and more consistent nights and less nights pushing the car and all bent up and stuff like that. So that's sort of the goal for us. Just push the car in straight and hopefully improve our results every night.
Where do you think you need to improve? Obviously, you had really good results, but I feel like obviously there's some crashes that are out of your hand, but I actually feel like you qualify really well and you feature race really well. Like, I'm not trying to say your heats or your dashes are bad, but like, what do you think is going to help you be better overall? And do you think your qualifying and features good? And not that it's the bad, but you're just really good at the other two?
I think there's always room for improvement, like 100%. So I think, I can always qualify better. Like I never actually got a quick time last season, but I was always sort of just there. Like I think I could definitely, be better in qualifying, and I think the better you qualify, the better it sets you up for the rest of the night. So I think heat races, I probably need to work on. Heat races and dashes is definitely probably my biggest things. But that also goes off how you qualify too. So I think if we go better in qualifying, we can, start in that front row or the second row for the heat race and stay in that top 4 and make the dash. I think that's probably what I probably need to work on, I think. But it's hard to, be better and it's hard to pass people in heat races and dashes because it's just such fast and hard racing. It's sort of after the first lap, you just sort of you stay in your one line. You try and not really lose any momentum. But yeah, I think that's probably the two I'd probably try to work on.
What about like the actual track? Like, are you good on the slick? Are you good when it's hooked up? Like, what's your ideal track, and what sort of track do you think you need to get better at?
It's a good question actually. Let me think. A track I'd probably need to get better on would definitely be maybe like I don't know. When the tracks, when they rip the track, like when the track's slick and then they rip the top on the bottom, like it's not my personal favorite. And I probably don't do as well. I'd rather track either be sort of fast, where you can still pass people, but it's pretty hammered down.
Yep.
Or like when the track's gut slick and you're bouncing your right rear off the wall and it's, you're barely even touching the throttle. That's probably my, two I'd probably prefer.
Yep. Yeah, well, team's wild out there, and I'm actually hell excited for you, mate. I started thinking about it when I got told about it a while ago, and I thought your car and Callum's car on the last couple of nights looked the same. They seemed to get around the corner the same. Do you look back at any footage of theirs, and do you agree with that? Do you not agree with that? Like, are you looking at their car on the footage, or are you just going with the flow?
Yeah, I do. I do like study a lot. Like I'll do, on the off season, I'll go and watch, my whole season because Mum records all my races. I'd go through and I'd watch all my races again, 50 times just to see where we're good and where I can work on and how we are to other people. Like, I definitely think those last couple races will definitely, 100% top 5 car. But yeah, there's always room for improvement. I think obviously Dane and Caden, they're on a sort of a league of their own in those last couple races. So, but yeah, I think we're pretty good when it comes to that.
Obviously, yeah, we've spoken about it a bit. You've got the deal, mate. Like, I guess there is it's just the start. I feel like it's not you haven't made it because you got it, and I know you know that. But who has helped you to get here? Like, obviously, your old man and your mum are right behind you. You've spoken about them a couple of times, but like, who has helped you to get to here the most? Do you believe?
The old boy definitely, and the mum. I can't thank them enough.
I need some names, mate. What's the old boy's name?
So Steve's my dad, and Emma is my mum. So they've backed me since I started racing at 9 years old, and they've put everything in they've had to let me go racing. And I'll tell you what, if they knew I couldn't drive, they wouldn't be doing it. That's for sure. I know that.
Bit of honest feedback getting around
for a long time. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, trust me. I know when Dad tells me I'm not driving right, and I hear about it.
Beauty. Stevie G, mate. That's what I'm going with from now on, just so he knows.
Yeah, cool.
Mate, congratulations to you and the fam, mate. Again, I've spoken about it a couple of times now, mate. Diamond Bay, well done. I love a big team giving a local fella a shot instead of, sort of some people that pop over for a week or two here and there, mate. I really think it's awesome for the sport. I think it proves that there is a pathway here to get into a sprint car ride. So yeah, well done, mate. Can't wait to see you get to work, and we'll see you out there.
Awesome, man. Cheers. Want to say a massive thanks to also Josh as well. Josh Grizzy, he's been a massive help for me. So I thought I'd quickly shout him out while I'm on here.
Yeah, nah, he's mate. We probably should also thank Diamond Bay. I just thought about that.
Man, massive thanks to Steve, Paul, and Cam too. I should probably thank them. The one giving me this opportunity. So yeah, massive thanks to them.
We'll see you, mate. See you at the track. Thanks, mate.
No worries. Yeah.
There we go, Mikey Green. Can't wait to see him get about it. His results towards the end of the year were awesome. Feel like he can get around the track really well. He's just a young kid, and I think he's one of the only sort of fresh blood into the sport, and he shows that the other if you can perform in other divisions, I think you can perform in the sprint cars. So yeah, I bang on about it all the time. I'd love to see some more people get an opportunity, and I think there's a lot of drivers out there that could do some damage if they were given the opportunity to run with the big boys. We banged out another episode there. Got another big one booked in for next week. Still waiting for the second fastest farmer, Jamie Molo, to message me back. Come on, mate. And we'll get into it. Again, Apex is my new little venture that I got going on there. So Apex Premium Motorsports Experience. It's on my Facebook page. If you're that way inclined, I'd love if you could jump on it and give it a like. And we're going to be doing sort of corporate hospitality in the pits and using the corporate boxes at Motorplex, going over to the Aussie title, hopefully, to the Classic, working with some of the biggest names in the sport to try and get people off the hill and into the pits, particularly over east where the pits are closed. Like, I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity for someone to be able to come into the pits and look at what offsets they got and talk through the setup changes to the drivers' changes and get a real insight to what happens in a sprint car team on race nights. So appreciate everyone listening. I'm actually stoked to be back in the swing of things and crank these podcasts out and hit the ground running come Speedway season. Thanks for listening. See you out there.